As hard as it is to believe, for a lot of teams, we're already halfway through the season. So let's see how my picks look and how we'll start off the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to my Week 9 Pick'em edition of Believers Talk, where we go over every single NFL matchup on the Week 9 slate, and I give you both my straight-up winners and my winners against the spread. Again, guys, thank you for joining me. My name is Joe. If you're new to this channel, guys, please be sure to hit that subscribe button as we continue to keep you covered not only on these NFL Pick'em videos, but on the Buffalo Bills, on the Buffalo Sabres, on Buffalo Sports. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. After you do that, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and leave a comment. What picks do I have that might differ from yours, and what picks do you agree with? Who do you think is going to win this weekend? Who do you think is going to cover some of these big spreads? We've seen a lot of big spreads over the last couple weeks, and we all know how much I don't like big spreads, but we'll see what we have in Week 9. Before we get into Week 9, however, we have to remember what happened in Week 8, guys. Week 8 went a lot better than Week 7, although it wasn't hard to do better than Week 7. It was a tough Week 7 for me in the NFL season. Week 8, we went 10-4 against the spread. Those are the numbers we like to see. We like to see double-digit wins, 9-5 straight up. So for the year, straight up, I'm 78-41 against the spread, 66-53. Have a little ground to make up, so let's start doing that. Before we get into my picks, let's remember who has a bye week this week. Week 9, we have 4 teams on a bye: the Bengals, the Browns, the Rams, and the Eagles. So those 4 teams won't be playing. For the Eagles, they get to recoup after another win to kind of take a stranglehold on the NFC East, with their 3 wins and everything. The Rams, they have to recover a little bit after that loss to the Dolphins, Tua's first game. The Dolphins get a victory. A lot of Dolphins fans very excited for the potential future of this young man. But we got to start Week 9 with Thursday Night Football. Let's stop talking about the teams that won't play. Let's start talking about the teams that are playing, and it starts with the Green Bay Packers going to San Fran, playing the San Francisco 49ers. And look, at the beginning of the season, I was finally like, hey, Thursday Night Football might have got it right. Thursday Night Football, they're going to have a great game on their hands Week 9. Darn it, nope. That's not going to happen. You look at the injuries for both these teams. Obviously, the 49ers have been obliterated with injuries this season, and we just heard news yesterday that's not getting better. Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle both out for an extended period of time, if not for the rest of the 2020 NFL season. But not only do you look at San Fran, you look at Green Bay. Their top 3 running backs are not going to be active for this game, which means they only have 2 running backs left, one of whom's on the practice squad, who have a combined total of 73 rushing yards in their NFL careers. So really going down the well. Next man stepping up mentality is going to take a big hit in this game. So obviously this is a game between 2 teams that are just injured right now. So they like this mini bye week, because after they play on Thursday, again, they're not going to play for a week and a half. So they like this mini bye week right now. Obviously can use it to hopefully rest up a little bit. So right now you look at the 49ers of 5.5-point underdogs. Again, just losing Jimmy G and George Kittle. I like the Packers to win this game, kind of get revenge after losing a divisional matchup to the Vikings last week, right? Maybe not revenge, but maybe they're a little mad over that loss. They need to bounce back, and this is the perfect time to bounce back. Give me the Packers to win this game. Give me the 49ers, though, at home on Thursday night to cover a spread. I don't expect a great game here as far as how great the play is. I do expect a close game, though, because, again, both teams suffering from injuries right now. Give me the Packers to win. Give me the 49ers to cover a 5.5-point spread. And then we move on to Sunday. We're going to start with the Buffalo Bills, guys. I know we're all excited about the Buffalo Bills. Again, 6-2 at the midway point of the season, 4-0 against their division. They're at home. They get to stay at home, and they get to play the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks coming off a big win last week against division rival, the San Francisco 49ers. Listen, guys, I know that Buffalo Bills fans want to see this Bills team, beat a playoff opponent, and they're 2.5-point underdogs. You have this West Coast team coming east. They have a good shot in this game. They really do. But you look at the Seattle Seahawks offense, I just don't know how this Bills team is going to match them. I really don't. Now, I really look forward to that DK Metcalf, Tre'Davious White matchup. I think it's going to be a great matchup all day. But who's going to stop Lockett on the other side? Not Teron Johnson. Now, we might get Josh Norman back, and that might be helpful. But, man, Russell Wilson can throw his guys open at any point in this game. Now, the good news is Seattle's without their top running back, so there's some good here for the Buffalo Bills. Just don't know if it's enough. Give me Seattle to win this game. Give me the Seattle Seahawks to cover a 2.5-point spread. Listen, we're going to talk in future videos about what the Bills have to do to win this game. But let's be honest about this Seahawks team's really, really good and playing really, really well. And I just don't know if this Buffalo Bills offense can match what the Seahawks offense can do. So you move on to the next game. You got the Broncos going to Atlanta, playing the Atlanta Falcons. 4-point favorites are the Falcons in this game at home. But really, I don't trust the Falcons to cover any spread. I like the Falcons to win this game because, as I said last week, even though the Broncos are coming off a win, I always think the Broncos are going to play better at home than they do on the road. Now, this game's in a dome, so it might not be as effective for the Falcons. But I think the Falcons are going to win this game. I think Matt Ryan, Julio Jones finally getting a connection going. Give me the Falcons to win this game. They had an extra little bit of time off because they played last Thursday. But give me the Broncos to cover a 4-point spread, maybe a field goal game here. Give me the Falcons to win, but never trust the Falcons to cover the spread. Give me the Broncos to cover a 4-point spread. Moving on to the Baltimore Ravens, who just got beat by the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. A huge divisional matchup that they lost. Obviously, everyone's criticizing Lamar Jackson. I think he's a little angry about that. I think they take it out here on the Indianapolis Colts. Listen, the Colts, Phillip Rivers, they can stay in games. They can play pretty well, but you're just not sure what you can expect out of the Indianapolis Colts. The Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. I expect them to win this game. I expect them to cover pretty easily against the Indianapolis Colts, even though the Colts are at home. Give me the Ravens, and give me the Ravens to cover a 2.5-point spread. Moving on to Jacksonville, we got the Jaguars as 7-point underdogs against the Houston Texans. To me, that's a big number. 7 points to a Houston Texans team that really hasn't proven much this season, guys. I mean, they've won a few games now with Romeo Crennel as the head coach or interim head coach, with Bill O'Brien now gone, but they still haven't impressed me. So why would I think they'd cover a 7-point spread? However, when you talk about unimpressive, you think about the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? So give me the Texans to win this game, but again, 7 points, not sure if they can cover that. Give me the Texans to win. Give me the Jaguars to cover a 7-point spread at home. This may be one of those games that lands right on that number, 7 points, but I don't know if I can predict that for this game. Give me the Texans to win. Give me the Jaguars to cover. Then you go to Kansas City. Kansas City, a huge favorite last week. I think when I did the video, it was 19.5 points. Only went up as the week went on against the Jets. And guess what? They still covered. So give me the Chiefs going against the Panthers. Panthers 11-point underdogs. I think the Chiefs at home, they're going to win this game. However, we've seen the Chiefs struggle at times to put points on the board this season. Hard to say that, but you think about the Las Vegas Raiders game, you think about the Chargers game earlier this season. It was a struggle for them, and they weren't able to cover spreads in a lot of those games, and some of those were at home. Give me the Chiefs to win this game, but give me the Panthers to cover. Teddy Bridgewater has that team playing tough. Give me the Panthers to cover an 11-point spread, but give me the Chiefs to win. Moving to Minnesota, where the Minnesota Vikings will play the Detroit Lions. The Vikings are 4-point favorites. And again, the Vikings are riding high after beating the Packers, feeling like they found their mojo a little bit, right? Found something on offense with Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen in Minnesota. The Lions coming off a tough loss, and you have to think that their head coach Matt Patricia, he might start being on the hot seat. So you really want to pick this team up if you're Matt Patricia and try to get them to play their best football, because I feel like, I'm sure Matt Patricia feels like, their best football has not been played so far this season. But the Vikings, again, really hot right now, coming off that 28-14 win or 28-21 win over the Green Bay Packers. Give me the Vikings to win this game. Give me the Vikings to cover a 4-point spread at home. Going on to Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans are 6-point favorites against the Chicago Bears. The Bears coming into the season hot, starting 4-0 into the season, kind of fizzled out since then. I think this Bears team's pretty good, but this Titans team is for real. This Titans team, they lost a few weeks ago to Pittsburgh, but even that, they came back and tried to get their thing done. Now, they did get upset last week. I believe Derrick Henry just not able to get it going last week. I know he ran pretty well, but that was pretty much it. Give me the Titans to win this game at home, but I don't know if they're going to cover a 6-point spread. So give me the Bears to win it, or give me the Bears to cover. Give me the Titans to win the game in Tennessee. Moving on to Washington, where the Washington football team plays against the New Jersey Giants. The football team, 3-point favorites, and I just don't know why. But again, both these teams pretty trash when it comes to the NFL, especially the NFC East. I mean, it's hard to say teams are trash in the NFC East because all 4 of them can be put in that category, but these 2 teams are at the bottom of the barrel in that division for a reason. I know Dallas is struggling, but Dallas doesn't have their starting quarterback or their backup quarterback right now, so they have reasons for their struggles. These 2 teams, even though the Giants barely lost on Monday Night Football, they're both struggling hard, so it's really a battle of 2 really bad teams here. Give me the Giants to win this one, though. I don't know why Washington is favored in this game. Giants showed some fight against Tampa Bay, felt like they should have won that game. I expect them to come into this game ready to go. Give me the Giants to win. Give me the Giants to beat that 3-point spread. Moving on to those 4 o'clock games, you got the Raiders going into LA to play the Chargers. The Chargers, surprisingly, in my opinion, favored in this game. Listen, the Raiders coming off a big win against the Cleveland Browns last week. I think they ride that momentum. Currently sitting at 4-3 overall. I think they're looking up and saying, hey, we can make the playoffs here in the AFC and potentially make some noise. Give me the Raiders to win this game, and give me the Raiders then to beat a 1-point spread against the LA Chargers. Moving on, we got the Cardinals, 4.5-point favorites against the Miami Dolphins. Again, Dolphins fans excited. Tua's first game was a victory, although Tua didn't play all that well. Didn't even throw for 100 yards in this game. Did have 1 passing touchdown to Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker's only catch in this game. Again, you could have got the Rams sleeping, going West Coast to East Coast. We saw how good the Bills did in the first half against the Rams. I felt like the Dolphins did the same thing. Their defense just held up better than the Bills did in the second half. And was able to hold to a 28-17 victory. Don't know if they'll have the same success against the Arizona Cardinals. Remember, the Dolphins scored a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown. Not know if that's going to happen here. Not know if you can count on 4 turnovers from Kyler Murray. Give me Kyler Murray to lead this Cardinals team to victory, and give me Kyler Murray to help the Cardinals beat a 4.5-point spread. Moving on to Jerry World. Dallas Cowboys, a 13.5-point underdog, going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers offense is looking really good. You saw how many points they put up against Baltimore last week. Now, you could say there's going to be a letdown game here. You know, you talk about the Cowboys without their 2 starting and backup quarterbacks. You might have the Steelers coming into this game thinking that they have this one in the bag, and the Dallas Cowboys might just be able to show enough to cover the 13.5-point spread. Again, big number in that 13.5. I don't like big numbers, but with the Steelers offense, if they're playing like we know they can play, they're going to cover 13.5 points easily. Give me the Steelers to win this game. Give me the Steelers to cover that 13.5-point spread. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, a big matchup, just like week 1. It was prime time. Here we are, week 9. Prime time again. You have the New Orleans Saints now traveling to Tampa Bay to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints pulling out an overtime win against the Bears, and you have the Buccaneers pulling out a Monday night victory over the New York Giants, a victory that had a lot of people thought was closer than it needed to be. I have the Buccaneers winning this game at home, but 5.5 points for 2 teams right now on top of the NFC South. This is a divisional battle. I think it's going to go back and forth. I look forward to this game. Again, one of the primetime games you look at and say the NFL finally got it right this year. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game, but give me the Saints to cover a 5.5-point spread. And then you move on to Monday Night Football, and you want to talk about 2 great teams in primetime. Doesn't get any better than this. Kidding, of course. When you got the Patriots, who are sitting at, 2-6 now, going up against the New Jersey Jets, who are still looking for a 1 in that win column. They're still looking for anything more than a goose egg in that win column. So you're sitting here and you're like, oh, what are the great primetime games that the NFL is playing for us this week? Just because we had the Eagles-Cowboys last week, we were spoiled with that great matchup. They gave us the Patriots and the Jets in Monday Night Football. So pretty much most people are going to stop watching football this week on Sunday night. But give me the Patriots to win this game. However, the Jets against the divisional opponent at home, we just saw what they did 2 weeks ago against our Bills. They were able to keep it closer than we wanted them to. Give me the Jets to cover a 7-point spread. But give me the Patriots to win this game. So going down my list again, I got the Packers, Seahawks, Falcons, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs, Vikings, Titans, Giants, Raiders, Cardinals, Steelers, Buccaneers, and Patriots. Those are the straight up picks against the spread. 49ers, Seahawks, Broncos, Ravens, Jags, Panthers, Vikings, Bears, Giants, Raiders, Cardinals, Steelers, Saints, and Jets. So those are my picks. Like I said, again, guys, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your picks are and why you're leaving comments in the comment section. Don't forget, put BB in the comment section, BEEBE, for your chance to win this Don Beebe autographed jersey. Again, be doing this giveaway between now and the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Make sure you put BB, BEEBE, in the comment section, and that counts as an entry for your chance to win this autographed signed Buffalo Bills jersey. Again, go to BorelliStampede.com for more ways to enter, but we will be doing that giveaway between now and the Sunday before Thanksgiving, hoping to get this out and show my thanks by making sure you have this jersey before Thanksgiving. So again, guys, thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. Leave your picks in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Again, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button, be sure to do that. If you haven't already subscribed to Believers Talk, be sure to do that. Join me on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday, we do live play-by-play and reaction. This week, the Buffalo Bills go up against the Seattle Seahawks. Gonna be a tough one, but let's see if the Bills can finally beat a playoff caliber team. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.